On this episode of the Don Hollywood Show, I would love to welcome Morgan Donaldson. Morgan, how you doing today?
Fabulous, fabulous. How about you?
I'm doing great. It's always fun to pretend like we haven't been talking for the last
I
5 minutes.
know for like literally five
Quiz.
minutes leading up to this. Like, oh, it's so funny to think about that. I feel like all podcasts are probably like that. Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I feel like genuinely when they hit record, they've already talked for like 20 minutes. But
I know.
you have to go with it.
Well, especially when like they interview like big time guests like Donald Trump, they're just like sitting there and like they just like walk in and Trump's just sitting down, or like Theo Von, like when he just interviewed Trump, he's just
That
sitting.
was nuts. That's what I was about to say was the Theo Von Donald Trump interview. Like I watched the whole thing and it honestly, like Theo Von is a nut. Like I feel like he called Donald Trump homie and I like I almost like died. But I was like, yeah, like I want to see like what it's like before they hit record, Theo Von and Donald Trump, like two just so opposite. Like I feel like they're just Donald Trump's so like, a president and he's like proper, I feel like. And then Theo Von, he's calling him homie. I would love to see what that conversation was before the actual podcast. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it's just
like, I'm
crazy.
like, I would like to follow Trump around and see like, because it just seems like everything is just so time constricted, and
Yeah.
and I love being busy, but I mean, I just feel like it's just weird, especially, I mean, obviously when you're president, it's a different story, but just to be like, hey, you need to be here, you need to be there, because you saw the end of that podcast, Trump's
Yeah.
people were like, looking at him like, hey, need
Like,
to.
let's go. Yeah, Thea Vaughn was like, we're gonna wrap it up. Like, I got it. Yeah, no, I think that I would benefit from that kind of lifestyle. Someone telling me like where to be and when. Because I'm late for everything. Like, I even texted you for this. I was like, I'm coming because I
You
was
were
running
like
a
two
bit
minutes
late.
late.
So I would probably benefit from my life being like planned out. But I think I'm too much of a like creative to actually follow a structured schedule. So I don't know, it might not work, but
I've always wondered what a true schedule is for a president. Like I know they get intelligence briefings, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like if I were president, I would feel guilty of like going to go play golf. You still have to go still do fun
oh
things,
my
but just
God, right. Yeah. How do you have a life? I don't get it.
and then also just to cope with like that, American citizens are in maybe another country like captive, and you're just like, I'm gonna go play golf.
Right. Like I'm gonna go out to dinner with like these people for my like a birthday dinner or something. Yeah. I don't know how I would have like stomach ulcers probably if I was
Well,
president. 'Cause I'm such an anxious person already. If I had that kind of like career, I would probably die young, to be honest.
do you remember that video of George Bush when we were kids? And Bush was sitting there talking to the media and about some bombing or whatever, and he's like, "Now watch me go hit this dry."
Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel like, yeah, George Bush was such a like kind of laid back personality and president that you kind of like you, I feel like he made it look like it's not a big deal, like everything's good kind of thing. So I would not be like that. I would be the opposite. Everyone would know that there was bad things happening.
I know. It's just I don't know how long it takes you to. I mean, nothing can prepare you for that position. So
No, like literally, I don't think so. I agree with that.
yeah. So I see some boxes in the background, and you told me you just moved, and there's some drama going on with they just moved into a new apartment, but you might have to move to another room. But what's going on?
Yeah, I might move to another one. So I sold my condo that I had here in Savannah downtown earlier this year. And I couldn't find somewhere I really liked. So I moved into a temporary place over the summer, like a furnished, like corporate rental kind of thing. And then this is a new construction building, and I'm living in a part that's completed, but the other side is still under construction. And I moved in, I guess, not realizing like how much I would have to deal with a place still being under construction while you live in it. Like I was telling you before we started recording that they were testing the fire alarms today, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh my God, like I really hope that they're not going to be testing these fire alarms like while we're doing this. And I told you before, and I was like, I called them and asked, like, I have something, this evening, like, are y'all going to be done? And they're like, yeah, we'll let you know. But then I didn't hear back. So I'm just sitting here and we're going to have our fingers crossed this whole
Hey,
interview.
you gotta
That the
let
fire
them know. I'm on the Don
alarms
Hollywood show. You need to cut that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we would just roll with it. Um, but yeah, it's probably more so of a me thing because I'm very OCD. Like, I don't have to move out, but like I think I just bit off more than I could chew, and I'm just ready to feel settled. Like I haven't felt settled since I sold my condo because I went to like a temporary place and now I'm here and it's not finished, and like I just want to feel settled. So I think it's more of me because I'm, like I said, I'm OCD. I'm very much a perfectionist and I overthink and overanalyze a lot of things. So it's probably more of a me thing. Other people, it probably wouldn't bother them and they would just stay here and roll with it. But I'm like, I haven't felt settled or at home in so long that I can't wait. Like even till I think this place is gonna be done in like October, November, but
Well,
I
what
just
if
can't do
you need a
it.
nap? You can't even get a nap in before you go teach on a Friday because they're doing the fire alarms.
Yeah, the fire alarms were going off at 4 in the morning a few nights ago, and I mean it like startled me. Like I
How do
literally
you
I
know if
don't
it's real or
and it
not?
do what?
And how do you know if it's a real fire alarm or not?
I know, literally, I was like, this place is under construction. There could actually be a fire right now somewhere, so I need to leave. And it's 4 in the morning, and I'm just really disheveled and
So they just
yeah,
tested them at 4 a.m.
huh?
They were just testing them at 4.
So they said that something with like the water, something boring, but like something triggered it, like the water pressure got too low or something, it triggered it.
Uh,
So it wasn't supposed to go off then, but it did. And then they couldn't get it off for like an hour. So it
I'm,
was a scene. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, there's just been too much going on these past few months to where it's now I've extended my like feeling of not being settled and I really need to like be settled. Like I just can't wait any longer. So like I said, it's probably more of a me thing that I might move again this week after just
I,
moving here.
I would do the same thing if I were you. I need my peace and quiet.
I really like I need to feel at home. Like I said, sold my condo earlier this year and I haven't felt at home since. Like I haven't been anywhere permanent since then. So it's time. And if that means moving twice within 2 weeks, so be it.
I know
So
you've had such a tough time to decide whether you wanted to stay in the city or move outside the city, and whether you
I'm
want to
still in
buy
the
a
city.
home or stay in a condo. You seem like you're
Yeah.
struggling to make up
I'm
your mind.
I'm still in the city. I mean, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so I think being out in like the sticks my whole life until I moved here, I think I just crave the opposite, maybe. Not everyone's like that. I know plenty of people that, you know,
Yeah.
from back home that have lived in the middle of nowhere and would never dream of living like in a busy city. Um, but I don't know. I think I just kind of crave that because I grew up, in such a quiet small town. And I love the energy of the city. Like, I love walking outside and, like, just there being people and like so many things going on. It just like, I kind of feed off of it. So I really, it's going to be tough getting me out of the city one
Yeah.
day. I know it'll happen. But for now, like I feel like my time like in downtown, like in the city part is not up yet. So that's
Well,
where I'll be.
I feel like you're at a crossroads almost because you like being in the city, but then, and you were going out all the time, 3, 4 nights a week, but now, you're getting older, like me. I'm just giving you shit, but now you're not going out as much. So even though you like being in the city, what else are you doing in the city besides going out and dancing?
I mean, yes, like for a little bit there, like last year, in my single phase, I definitely was going out a good bit and being downtown,
You were
it
making me feel bad because I'm like, damn, I'm like, Morgan's older than me and she's putting me to shame. You're out freaking 3, 4
I
nights a week.
mean, it was short-lived. Like I could not, that was not a sustainable lifestyle for me at my age. Like in college, obviously it was one thing,
Yeah.
but the older you get, like it starts to show like, you can see it on your face, you can see it like in your body. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things going on with me last year, but um I think with as much partying as I did, like I lost a lot of weight. Like I look back at pictures of myself from last summer and I'm like, oh my God, like I was too skinny. And
You think 'cause you're just out dancing all the time?
I think it was just because I was just out partying too much that like I guess that's how it affected me is maybe I just wasn't eating enough. I really don't know. And it kind of like it's not something that I noticed happen. It was like after the fact that I look back and I noticed it. But yeah, to answer your question, being downtown, like it's not necessarily because I want to be now. It's not because I want to be around like, the bar scene or the nightlife scene. It's
Yep.
more so of just being like, there's a certain energy that like cities have. Like I'm just like it's probably the same reason why people live like in New York City or like Chicago or places like that where a lot of people are like y'all are crazy that you want to live in like a 400 square foot apartment just to be in the city, but like there's something to be said about being like in the city and like experiencing that. Like it's a different experience living in the city than it is from living outside the city. Like it's a very big difference. And I mean there's people in downtown Savannah, like much older people, like they want to retire and come down here and live in a condo just to be downtown. Like, I think everybody has their different reasons, but for me, it really is just like it's the vibes, it's the energy, it's the feeling I get when I walk outside and like you just feel like there's just so much going on around you. Like I kind of, yeah, like I said, I feed off of it. So
Do you think you wanting to go out all the time was just because you were single and just wanting to enjoy life, keep your mind busy, and because I love going out, but ever since Emily moved up here, I want to go out less. Like we're still going out maybe once, maybe twice, but when I was single, I was going out 3, 4 nights a week, like you were, in my
yeah,
late 20s. And I mean, one, you're looking for somebody, you're hoping that you come across somebody. But then two, like I don't know, like I miss going out sometimes, but then we go out and it's like 10 o'clock and I'm just like, I'm just ready for bed.
I know. I love every time we come see y'all, or even if we're like, it's not even when we come see y'all. When we've been to Charlotte together, y'all been here, Charleston. Every time we've been out with y'all, it's been like 11 p.m., 11:30, and you're like, let's go. Like honestly, now I'm the same. Like I don't stay out past 12 many nights anymore. I don't really go out anymore. Obviously, like dating someone now, dating Tucker, it's just like the natural phase of things, I think. Like when you're
Yeah.
single, you go out more. When you're not single, you don't. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I was going out so much last summer. I mean, I had a lot of life things going on. I got divorced last year. My younger sister had moved to town and she had just gotten out of a pretty long relationship herself. So it was like, here's two sisters that have never been single together out on the town. And mentally, I was just obviously dealing with a lot. And I think, to be completely like transparent, I feel like I was going out really to kind of try to escape, a lot of the things I was dealing with. And obviously, we all know that that's usually not the best idea. Um,
I mean, at
so
least going out and dancing is a healthy outlet. At least you didn't turn into cocaine and.
oh my God, no, yeah. Drugs, actually, I have never in my life done a drug ever. Like I've never even smoked weed. So fun fact about me, like, yeah, not even in like my wild days in college, like never have
Yeah.
I done a single drug. So I'm proud to say that. So yeah, it didn't get that far, obviously. So that is good. Um, but yeah, because I mean, that's what I kept trying to justify like how crazy I was last summer by saying things like that. Like, oh my God, I could be doing way much like worse. I could be
Hey,
like,
you
you know,
remember in Charlotte we were at the Rose, that guy was offering Emily Coke.
what?
You don't
I
remember that?
no.
Yeah, when Emily, who was she with? She went in the bathroom with somebody
There was
and
such
like
a big group there. Like there was people everywhere that night. Like it got busy out of nowhere.
yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, but yeah, some dude, or maybe I went to the bathroom and some guy came up. Or no, they think they were going to go get a drink or something. I don't know. But Emily's by herself.
There's no telling that place was nuts. That place at the later it got, like the more people that got there, we were like, oh my God, this place is insane. Like it got busy quick and it was just with like young kids just like partying and it was it was a mess. It was fun. Like I would go there in a heartbeat again.
Yeah.
but it was, yeah, it got so busy. So I'm not surprised if that happened. Um,
So, what do you think it is that every single time the four of us are together, you and Tucker, me and Emily, we just get really drunk and have a blast? Because I rarely get drunk, except for this past 2 weeks. Every single time in the last like 12 months that I've been drunk, it was around you and Tucker.
That makes us sound like terrible influences. I don't know. I think like when you're around people that you like enjoy and it's people like that you don't see a lot, I feel like that has a lot to do with it. And we're just in like such a fun environment. Like, we're all doing something we love. We're all dancing. Like we're all like usually seeing other people we know. Like it's usually not just us four. Like we're usually seeing like wherever it is we are, like a lot more people. And there's usually just such a good crowd of people, like a good group of dancers and friends that like I think like the vibes are just so good that before you know it, you're like, oh, like I need to calm down a little bit. So I really feel like that's it, honestly. Like you just get like you get with good people and like you just have fun. Like
Yep,
it's like inevitable, you know?
I agree. When did you
Yeah.
first start line dancing?
Um, I guess it was the summer of 2022. Does that sound right? I think so, because last summer was 23. So yeah, it was the summer of 2022. And my little sister actually is who got me into dancing. She was going to our country bar here called Saddlebags.
Mhm.
And I wasn't going with her. She was going with some friends. And then one day she was like, Morgan, they line dance at Saddlebags. And I was like, no, they don't. Like, I went there in college. They do not line dance. She was like, I promise you they do. And I went with her one night, like that next weekend. And the rest is history, really.
Did you dance at all
So,
growing
yeah.
up?
Hmm.
Did you dance at all growing up?
Yeah, so I was a cheerleader for like through middle school, and then I was on the dance line all through high school. I mean, I was an athlete really first and foremost. Like I played soccer, basketball, I ran track, softball, tennis, honestly, all the things.
But
But I did do dance line like all four of my high school years. So that is, and I mean, when I was little, I did dance. So I guess I've kind of been dancing since I was little. Like my mom put me in like the little ballet classes, and I always was doing some form of dance like that or jazz or hip hop. Really, I guess throughout my whole life now that I think about it. Um, so yeah, I guess in some way I've kind of been dancing like my whole life.
yeah, so you never got out line dancing at all until you went to Saddlebags.
That was, from what I can remember, that was like the first time I ever went line dancing was the summer of 2022 at Saddlebags. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the summer of 22. Wow. Okay, so then Emily and I came there at the end of 22.
No, that was it was very early on in my like dancing career that we met y'all. Like Isabel and I met y'all at Saddlebags, and
Yeah.
we had both just started dancing that summer. Because that's Isabel, I think she maybe started dancing like a few months before me at Saddlebags, and that's how we met. And then like a few months later, yeah, like in December or November, whenever it was, December when y'all
It was
came down.
summer, it was Christmas time, yeah.
Yeah, we met y'all, and that was our first dancing trip. Like y'all invited us to go to Jacksonville, to
Or
go to
Gainesville.
Gainesville. I'm sorry, yeah, Gainesville, and we both were like, yeah, like why not? That'd be so fun. And that was our first dance trip. So yeah, I met y'all very early into me dancing, like my dancing career. So yeah, you're right about that.
I feel like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Gainesville was fun. Gainesville was a lot of fun.
Gainesville was so eye-opening because the only line dancing that we had under our belt at that time was Saddlebags. And, you know, as as a few of us might know, like Saddlebags isn't a very like strictly line dancing bar. It's more of a country like tourist bar that will do line dancing on like Thursday nights and maybe at the beginning of the night on Friday and Saturday, but it's more of like just a touristy country bar. So like when we got to go to Vivid and we saw like legit line dancing, we were like, oh, this is like what it's supposed to look like. And we were like putting notes in our phones of like which dances we need to learn. That was like it was very eye-opening Isabel and I, like we really took like a lot of stuff from Vivid and just ran with it. We were like, we have 400 dances to learn now. Good. Let's get to work.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy
fun.
because, I'll still post videos and stuff from that time. So it really blows
I
my mind.
know.
It's been a year and a half since, we were down there and did that. Like, it doesn't seem like it went by that fast. I mean, even
I know.
looking at the videos from country or when we came and hung out with you last year, this time, like that feels like yesterday.
It really does. I know every time you post videos from Vivid, I'm like, that seemed like it was forever ago, but also not. Like at the same time, like
Yeah.
it really is crazy. Time is kind of crazy. But yeah, when you post the videos from Vivid, I'm like, that was literally so long ago.
I wasn't even dating Emily at the time.
I remember it was a very like I remember Isabel and I were like, so what is the deal? Like we were kind of confused, but we obviously didn't know you that well, so we weren't gonna be like, hey, what's going on? But we were like, is he like, are they dating? Are they just friends? Like, we're so confused, but we're just
You filmed our first kiss on video.
yeah, I did. Wait, that was y'all's first kiss?
Not our first kiss, but like our first kiss that was recorded.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Because
Yeah.
I do remember like taking that video and being like, I hope they don't care that I'm
Yeah,
recording.
no, I don't know if I ever told you this story. Because Emily and I we met 2 years ago, 2 years and 3 months ago when I was on vacation in South Florida.
Hmm.
And then we talked for a little bit, and then there was somebody in Charleston that I met, and I had met other girls from TikTok before in other cities, and it just
Yeah,
never worked out real well. So I just realized I was like, I'm not gonna date somebody in another city. So there was a girl here I was interested in, so I dated her that summer, which was the best thing to happen for me because it prepared me and really finalized to me what I needed in a relationship.
yeah.
It didn't work out. And then Emily and I met in Orlando at that festival in October. And then so we were kind of seeing each other a little bit, and then she flew up here for the first time. Um, and then we drove down to Savannah that weekend. That's when to show her saddlebags, and then that's when we met
That's so
y'all.
crazy. I
And
feel like I
then
did a little bit of that story
yeah,
though. Yeah.
and then it was what, a week or two later, I think we invited y'all to because she met me halfway for that. Emily drove up from South Florida for that weekend.
No, y'all literally invited us the night you met us. Like at Saddlebags, y'all met us and you were like, we're going to Vivid in a few weeks. Like, let me know if you want to
Yeah,
come.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah,
were
yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
oh
I'm
my God.
saying, yeah, because she was here for a week, and then she went back home, and then she drove up to Gainesville, and the next night we hung out with Savannah the first time. It's so funny seeing Savannah in the background of those videos because, like, I briefly met her that night for the first time.
Me too. You introduced me to her and honestly, I think that's still the only time I've actually met her. Like we've
Really?
talked back and forth, obviously, like we
Yeah,
know each other because of social media and maybe like from that, like it was like literally a 30-second like introduction. Like
yeah.
yeah, I didn't know that was the first night you met her, but you introduced me to her and you're like, oh yeah, this is my friend Savannah. She's a teacher in Jacksonville.
I
And I was
thought
like,
she was the
okay,
catfish when I met her because all she had on her profile was just a picture of her and her friend, and no posts, like no followers, nothing.
oh my
And
gosh.
yeah. So like either she messaged me or I messaged her. I don't remember exactly what happened, but she told me, "Oh, I teach," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure you're a real person and whatever." Then she proved to me, and she was like, "I'm on Snapchat." So I was like, "Oh shit, you're a real person." So we was like, "Well, we'll come down there. I want to see a new bar." And then we hung out with her at Southern Social the next night. But the point of telling the story was that night in Gainesville was the night that I realized I wanted to date Emily because it was so stressful that night for me because it was just supposed to be a fun weekend with, you guys and a few friends. We're just gonna hang out. But then that dude put that I was coming to the bar in
I
that
remember.
Vivid, yeah, group chat. And then like that dude comes up from Tampa to like see me, and then the DJ's over the microphone. Oh, the Shivers King's here, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
and
it
like it
was a
was
lot.
stressful, and
It
I
was a
realized that
lot.
I found peace in Emily when I was feeling very anxious, and that's when I like first like realized, okay, I like actually really really like this girl.
Oh, that is so cute. I love that. Yeah, that was a crazy like occurrence. whenever like the DJ like obviously like shouted you out, you kind of were just like, what is happening? This is I didn't know anyone knew I was here kind of thing. And for me and Isabel, we were like, oh my God, is it like this every time he goes somewhere?
No, not for the most
Obviously
part.
not, but that
No.
was the first time we went anywhere with you and we were like, oh my God, like this is nuts. Like this is so
Yeah.
crazy. How does he deal with this? But yeah, I think that was kind of that was like a unique circumstance for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you started dating Tucker a year ago, right?
So we officially like started dating January of this year. We were friends well before that, and we obviously were like talking like
Yeah.
for that as well. But um, it took him asking me like quite a few times before I dated him, only for the simple reason that I had told myself I was going to be single for a while, and he just like kind of didn't accept that, which, you know, I'm so grateful that he did not accept that and just, kept like pulling me out of my shell and, asking me to date him. He's gonna hate that I like said that, but it's the
Oh.
truth. No, he might not hate it. He's too easygoing. Nothing bothers him. But yeah, so Tucker and I started dating January of this year. But again, we were friends for a little bit before that.
So I
I
remember
guess
we briefly met him in October of last year.
yes. And it's so funny, like looking back on all that, because we were just friends then. And um, yes, we obviously met like line dancing. And so I
What was the first interaction? Who came up to who?
he said this is Tucker's story. He says the first time that he met me, that one of my girlfriends had to introduce us, and I have like a bad reputation of having like resting bitch face, and I get it honest from my mom, and my sister also has it. So I've been told a lot of times that whenever I'm like out at like a bar or like out dancing, that I don't look very approachable and that I look
I
like
disagree. I
intimidating.
think you're friendly. You smile when you dance and you have fun.
Yeah, I do. And I can see both sides of it. Like I do think I probably have like my RBF is pretty strong sometimes. So I do get it. But all that to say, he I guess didn't want to like introduce himself to me maybe. I don't know if that's true, but he had like one of our girlfriends like had to introduce us, and he says that whenever she introduced us, that I kind of was just like, who is this? The bitch. Like, oh, that just it sounds like me. Honestly, it sounds like me. So I don't remember that. And that was sometime last summer. So we've known each other for over a year, but that was sometime last summer. And then we were, in the same like dance community, like for, I guess like 5 or 6 months before. Um, I mean, when he met me, I was technically still married, to be honest. Like, he knew me when I was married, which is crazy. So yeah, we did meet through line dancing. We've known each other, I guess, over a year now, been officially dating since January. And it's just so funny because Isabel, like I always told her, Isabel's obviously my best friend. I feel like a lot of people, if you know me, you know her, but I would tell her all the time, like, and we both like agreed it was just such a good rule to have. Like, don't ever involve yourself with anybody in the line dancing community. Like, don't date any of these guys that you're gonna have to see every week and like dance in the same like group with them. Like, it's just like a recipe for drama. And it's just so funny that I literally had that as like such a like hard rule of mine. And
Mhm.
now I'm dating someone that I'm at line dancing.
Yeah,
So
I love talking about this with dancers, because everybody I feel like is on one side of the fence or the other. Uh,
yeah,
and I personally I hate when dancers say that because and I get it, like you said, there's the drama, if you break up, you're gonna see, but you can't live life like that.
yeah,
And and to my point earlier, talking about like with the girl I dated before, Emily, um, after it didn't work out with her, I realized that I love to dance. And if you are not dating, and if you are somebody like you who loves to dance, and you're now teaching on Fridays, and we're going to touch on that in a minute, But like, if you are not dating somebody who really enjoys going out and doing that with you, it's just gonna make yourself miserable. Because every girl I dated up until Emily, it was just an issue. Not just like some of them, girls even said hello to me. It was end of the world, and you're having to go home because God
Yeah.
forbid a friend says hello. Or other ones just didn't want you dancing with, somebody else, but we could go out. And I'm just like, you build friendships. Dancing is harmless. If a friend who has been strictly a friend asks me to dance, it shouldn't be the end of the world to just dance with them and have fun and go home. So I knew
Yeah.
I wanted somebody who really accepted that culture and understood it. Is that changed now that you're dating Tucker, that you feel like that's a better scenario because he understands it and gets it and enjoys it?
I mean, yeah, I do know people are so opinionated on this. And I think more oftentimes than not, like people like me can say, I'm not going to date anyone in the dance community. And I feel like those are the people that end up dating people in the dance community. So, I think that you have such a good point because my previous relationship, he did not go line dancing with me. And I don't think it was a problem. I think we had problems well before that, that was just kind of like throw it on the list, like throw it on the pile of issues. But, it was very much a disconnect. I would say, like, I have this thing that's such a big part of my life and like you aren't involved in it like at all. And so it was very weird. And having Tucker, and for instance, like to go back to my ex, my previous relationship, like if we were in a city, like if we were traveling somewhere, honestly, the first thing I do is like look up what line dancing bars are there. And, if we would do that in a place, like if we were in like Greenville or whatever, and I'm Googling like line dancing places in Greenville, I know that he doesn't want to go do that. There was that disconnect for sure. Whereas with Tucker, like if we're ever anywhere, we're both looking for like where we're going to go dance. Like,
Yep.
how can we dance? Like if we're on vacation for like 4 days, how can we dance? Where can we dance every single night? Like we were in Tampa and we literally went and danced at Cowboys in uh is it Largo? Yeah,
Yes,
down
yes.
there in St. Pete
It's
area.
so weird because to us, we say Cowboys in Tampa, and they're like, it's in Largo. And then if you say whichever one's in St. Pete, they're like, it's St. Pete. And I'm like,
I know. That's why I didn't want to get it wrong because they are all very
yes,
like specific about the towns, and I just don't. I forget which ones, but everyone knows Cowboys dance hall down in the Largo St. Pete area. Yes, so we
sure.
went and danced there twice. Like, so to like almost agree with you. Like, I do think it would be like if you're looking for a serious relationship and line dancing or anything, any hobby, anything like that is a big part of your life. And, you date someone that it's not a huge part of their life. Like, I don't think it's impossible, like I know plenty of people that actually line dance and like their significant other doesn't. And it's literally like not a blip on their radar and it causes no issues.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like having experienced both, being with someone that does line dance, it just makes things easier, like it's not an argument. Like it would never be an argument of like, I want to go dance and like he doesn't, like it would never be an issue. So it's just almost one less thing to like worry about, I guess. So
Feel like
yeah,
it's
to your
funny
point.
'cause
Yeah.
when I was growing up, I was like, I didn't go to bars. I hated bars, and I was like, I'm never gonna date somebody who goes to clubs and everything. And I feel like it's silly to throw away a marriage or relationship because you want to go to a club. But I feel like dancing's different because you can go to a club and dance, and it's a hobby. Like you can learn new dances, you can make friends.
Yeah.
You're not just going to the club to get absolutely obliterated every single weekend. And sometimes we do, but like you're just going out just to dance and just socialize with people. And it doesn't even have to be line dancing, like you could go shag, you could go to Texas and go two-step,
Yeah.
a lot of different styles of dance. You can go to a ballroom studio and dance. Like there's a lot of forms of dance. And it's good for the mind, it's good for your body just to go out and move.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. And for me, like that's totally what dancing is. Like it's definitely not a way to like go out and drink or anything like that anymore. It's or it never was really, but it's definitely something like it's an escape, like it's a creative
Yeah.
outlet. It's a community, like you have a community where like you definitely feel like you belong because all these people
Mhm.
are just as obsessed with, line dancing as you are. And you know, it's definitely for all those reasons. Like honestly, like when you go line dancing, a lot of the places like that don't allow drinks on the floor, like you don't have time to drink. Like you're literally dancing the whole time. Every time I come to Honky Tonk, like I barely drink because we're
Hey,
dancing the whole
you
time.
can thank Spanky for that because he plays so many line dances that we love in a
Is
row.
honestly, Spanky is probably my favorite DJ out of all the places I've been because he is.
Oh shit. I'm off to edit this and send it to him.
That'll make his day. But I mean, out of all the DJs I've met, Will up in Charlotte is also great. He came
Yeah,
up,
yeah, I
he
do.
like he's so great too. Like he came up and introduced himself to me one of the first times I went there and was like, if you want to hear something, let me know. He like I don't think some DJs realize, or it could be some DJs could have their hands tied with the owners. You never really know.
Yeah.
But, when you are a DJ that like actually cares about playing what people want to hear, like it makes a big difference. Like, it makes literally that's one of the main reasons I love coming to Honky Tonk. Like y'all are there obviously, but the fact that I know when I go there, if I'm like, hey Spanky, play this off the wall song that like literally no one's ever heard of. I just learned a line dance to it today. He would probably play it. Like that's
Well,
what
and
it's
the thing about
about.
Spanky is he'll play it in a spot though that makes sense,
Yeah,
which
right.
is perfect
Because he's
because
good at his job. Yeah, he's good at his job. Like but aside from that, he's such a nice person. I don't know a single time I've been there that he hasn't come up and said, "Hey," like to me and Tucker. Like he's just such a like good, genuine, like sweet person, and mix that in with actually being a good DJ and like knowing how to like you said work songs in, like we're gonna play Shivers and then we'll play one that,
yeah,
only a few people know, and then we'll work in all the other ones. Like it's definitely an art and you can't be like a good line dancing DJ, I don't think, without knowing like what the line dances are and like how popular they are, how many people know him. He's just he's a
yeah.
good person, he's a kind person, and he's a good DJ. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, you have to get to know your people and you have to know who likes dancing to what. You also have to know their schedules and know what times they get to the bar.
Oh
Because
my gosh, yeah.
there have been times with other DJs where like they play a song and I'm like, okay, everybody who dances to that song is not showing up here till 10. It's 9:15. You just played it. So now, and I know that's a popular dance. So as soon as they all come to the bar, it's gonna be at 10:30 and you haven't played that song yet, and they're gonna be like, hey, when's that coming on? And the DJ have to look at them and be like, oh, sorry, I played that over an hour ago.
Yeah, and I feel like he probably has y'all down to a science because I feel like you and Emily get to the bar at the same time every weekend, and
Oh,
he's
well, we also
probably
know
got
his
that down to a
schedule.
science.
I shit you not, Morgan. There was a time when I first started going to Honky Tonk. I learned Get Ugly by Jason Derulo and Make It Shake. And Spanky would play those two songs at 10:30 on the dot. And I would go to Stingray's hockey games and they would end at 9:15. And I would make sure that I would get out of there and get to the bar in time. You gotta walk in, and I would make sure I got there by like 10:15, just in time to do these two songs and on the dot. And it was great because I could plan my night around it. I was like, all right, like I know when he's gonna play this, and
And like a lot of people would think we're nuts for saying something like that, like, oh, I just planned my night around being able to do these two songs. But that again is what like makes a DJ so good, is because he understands like this is like a hobby, yeah, but I mean, a lot of time goes into like learning some of these dances. And like when you learn it at home, like you want to go dance it at the bar, like you want to dance it with your friends, like that's like the whole point of it. And
yep,
so for someone that like understands that, like I think there's a lot of DJs that don't get that and they don't care. And especially for beginner line dances, they're like, we don't care that you spent like 3 hours learning this dance. Like, who cares? So I think he actually cares about that. And that's awesome that like you were able to plan like, oh, if I get there at 10:15, like I get to do them. Like it's fun. Like it's like the highlight of your night. Like it makes your night. Like some people just don't get that, and that's fine. But
yeah.
when you do like Spanky, it just makes it so much more enjoyable for anyone.
Some nights he'll actually mess with me and Emily because he knows we go to 11:30. So he'll like start playing a bunch of songs back to back to back that he knows that we enjoy dancing to,
See,
just to
that's so
keep
funny.
us there to be funny.
See, that's hilarious. I love that. I
And
freaking love that.
he looked at me one night because at our bar, I forget the name of the dance, but they do the same dance that I think that they do to Sin Wagon, and they do it to Devil Went Down to Georgia and something else. And so just to be funny, he played those same three songs in a row, so everybody had to do the same
Same
line,
dance.
these
Oh
three.
my God.
It was the
Oh
funniest night in a
my
row.
God.
He's like, "Hey, watch this," and he just played the same three songs, and everybody went out there and did the same dance three times in a row.
That's epic. That is what a move. I can't believe that. That's hilarious because he obviously knows like
Yes, yes.
they're literally the same three dances. Like
But
some DJs would do it and be like clueless, but like for him to know that like he knew he did that, that's actually funny.
yeah. Well, plus with line dancing is like even if you don't line dance, just to go out there and people watch, like that's half of the reason why I enjoy going. Like just to go out there and like
Yeah,
just people watch is a blast.
honestly it is. And whenever I first got into dancing, like I would there would obviously be a lot of dances I didn't know, especially like some of the like intermediate advanced ones, or like I didn't even know what a phrase dance was when I first started. I was like, what does that mean? So you would watch like I would watch these dancers, especially when we would travel, like we would watch these dancers and I would just be like, this is awesome. Like they are so good. To me, it's like so entertaining to watch them. And I feel like when I first started dancing, I watched more than I did because, I'm not about to go out there and try to learn. Like, I can't believe it, or it's called, I don't even know the real name of the freaking dance. Can't believe it. White girl got some ass. What's the name of this? Off the chain. Oh my God, because everyone calls it can't believe it. Off the chain was one of the first line dances that I saw in person that I was like, oh my God, that looks like a hard dance, like years ago.
Yeah.
And it was actually it's such a funny story. Noah was, I think, one of the guys doing it, and he was in we were at Cowboys Orlando, and I was watching him dance it, and I was like, he is such a freaking good dancer. Like, what is this dance? I'm gonna just like watch him for the rest of the night because he's such a good dancer. And a lot of the time, like it was watching more than it was doing. And to me, that yeah, like you can go and not know a lot of dances and still have a blast because there's some good dancers like out there, especially at all these bars we go to that I think are like super entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting to meet one of my favorites to watch. Do you follow Paige in California?
I don't know if I follow her, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I
She's
definitely know who you're talking
phenomenal.
about. She's a
Yeah,
great dancer. Yeah, she's
yeah,
such a
yeah,
good dancer.
yeah.
California is like on another level planet of line dancing, I feel like, than over here. And
Yeah.
I think everything like hits there first and then it kind of trickles over here. But I think they just have more places to dance over there. Like it's a much bigger community over there.
There's
So
like four places within an hour driving that they can go to. It's nuts.
see, they're so lucky. Yeah, they're so lucky. I wish we had that here.
I mean, I have, especially Skyline closed in Columbia, and I know they just did a new place in Greenville. But I mean, if I want to go somewhere for a weekend, like I can't drive somewhere for just for the night and come back home. Like I have to
No,
go to Savannah.
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like for us, Charleston is the closest, like going to Honky Tonk, and that's 2 hours. So
Well, and y'all get to stay with Tucker's parents, so that's
yeah,
another.
yeah, no, yeah. Tucker's from Charleston, so it works out. We usually get to see, his siblings or his mom and stepdad. Like it always works out, and so it's always an easy trip because we know we can see his family. Um, so and I think they're only like 15 minutes from Honky Tonk. But yeah, I mean, like if we wanted to make a trip to dance that's not Savannah, like it's 2 hours, and other than that, it'd be going down to Florida, and that's oh, we haven't been to Southern Social in Jacksonville. That's also about 2 hours, but beyond that, it's Orlando, which is like three and a half, four. So
And then you're getting a hotel, and then if you only go one night,
expensive.
yeah, if you only go
Adds
for
up.
one night, if you leave on a Friday or even a Saturday, let's just say you go one night, you leave after work on a Friday and you're exhausted. By the time you drive down there and like settle in, then you party all night. It's like Saturday and you're just like exhausted and you
I
don't get
know.
to just like relax. But then if you do 2 nights, you get a 2 night hotel, you're spending $400 plus food, drinks, like it's a $600 trip just to go line dance for the weekend.
It is expensive. And for a little bit there, like last summer, Isabel and I, we traveled like a good bit. We were spending some money on hotel rooms and like
Yeah.
just traveling. Like it gets tiring and like I'm definitely not sick of it. I don't travel as much as I used to, but mainly because of just how tiring it is. Honestly, like it like takes a toll on you. Like you're literally like Orlando, for instance, we were just in Orlando for my birthday. So that was August 7th and Isabel's birthday. It was like, and her sister was here from Hawaii. Like it was a whole big group of us, but like it was, we went to Cowboys Orlando Friday night. I don't remember what we did Saturday during the day, but Saturday night we went to the barn. Sunday day we went to like the parks, like Universal. And I was like, and I think we went to sleep at like 2 a.m. Saturday night. And it's just like, yeah, it's tiring, especially if you're trying to like make a trip out of wherever you are for it not to be just line dancing. Like anytime I'm in Orlando, I want to go to like Disney or Universal. And that's a lot on your body. Like, let's go
That's
dance
that's an
at the
event.
yeah, it takes a toll on you, but you know,
Well, I mean, whenever we stayed in that Airbnb in Charlotte, you know, you remember we woke up and went and got breakfast, and by the time we came back, we're like, we're doing this. We just need to chill.
like
So,
yeah, we are so tired. We have to do it all over again tonight. We gotta like take a beat because yeah, I mean, and we didn't even stay out super late Friday night, I don't think.
yeah,
Like,
the Rose. Yeah, I think we left at like 11:30 midnight.
yeah, so it wasn't like we were out till like 2, 3 in the morning, but like it's still, I mean, dance for like 3+ hours and then, you know, try to wake up the next day and not feel tired
Just
when
to
you're
turn around and do it all. It feels like a sport sometimes, to be honest.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, a lot of people do it for cardio. Like a lot of people, they line dance for like to stay in shape. Like,
Yeah.
and it's honestly that's just like a bonus because that's not why I do it. To me, it's just a bonus. Like this is
Well, that
something
was
and it keeps me in shape.
I've had years where I do stay in shape from dancing, but whenever I start drinking is where I get in trouble because if I eat healthy like I'm supposed to, yeah, I'll cut weight because I'm dancing. I don't do any cardio at the gym on Fridays. But but if I am drinking, then I like load myself up with carbs to make sure I don't get sick because I can't order bar food because I used to
Mhm.
order bar food. I mean, not to be TMI, but like you eat some of that bar food and then like you gotta go to the bathroom not long after. So like I just would like wait. I would eat a meal at 4 o'clock, which is a little bit earlier than dinner, and then I would eat a peanut butter and jelly and sandwich before I would go out at like 8 o'clock, and then drink, and then I'm waking up like 5 pounds heavier the next day because of all the
Oh my
alcohol.
God. Yeah, no, like 100%. Like I mean, it's crazy. Like I dance because I love it. Like I said, it does help keep me in shape, but my body does feel different. Like if I've drank it all while I'm dancing, I'll wake up the next day and be like, like, it doesn't feel like I worked out. It feels like I kind of drank and then went and ran a mile. Like
Yep.
feels very different. Because yeah, I go to the gym every day and I'll usually go to like a spin class on like Saturday mornings after I've taught Friday night at the Clyde. And I will feel it like Saturday morning sometimes. And I really don't drink at all at the Clyde because I'm teaching usually or I'm like running around working. So I usually typically don't drink at all really on Friday nights. But I will still feel it the next day like, dang, like I did something last night. Like I worked out is how it feels. And I'll be like really tired and struggling to go to spin some Saturday morning. But I mean it's kind of all worth it to me. So I wouldn't change it.
How have you balanced still having fun, but also teaching? And, talk me through when you started teaching at the Clyde, why you wanted to do that, and how do you balance having fun with it versus not treating it like a job?
Um, so it was last May that we started the Clyde. The owner of the Clyde, she had the idea and she put it on the first night, and Isabel and I just happened to go, and we were like, we see a lot of potential in this. Like, if you want our help, we will do this. And as she kind of gave Isabel and I the reins, and the rest is history. We kind of took it from there, and over a year later, it's one of the best places to line dance in Savannah once a week. I wish it was like multiple nights a week, but it's an event space, so I get it. It's an event space first and foremost. So, there at the beginning, like it was definitely learn as you go. Like Isabel nor I had ever taught before, and much less taught line dancing. So it was definitely like a learning curve. I feel like we both are just like kind of naturally like good at teaching, I want to say. So that might be one of the reasons that it became like a little more successful. Because we were definitely very creative in what we would choose to teach. So at the beginning, it was definitely like it was fun, it was new, like there was all these things happening, we were growing. Fast forward to now, it definitely is a lot bigger. It's a lot more to juggle.
Yep.
I run the social media for it. I teach, I help run the music. I help put on like any of the events or like theme nights that we have. I shoot content while I'm there. I try to get content for myself and for Southern
Yep.
Stomps. So it is a lot now. And I mean, we've had to hire like people to help me teach because for a minute there, like in the beginning of this year, I was like, this is a lot. This is too much. I wasn't enjoying myself there for a little bit at the Clyde because it really was nothing but work and it was very stressful. I was having to teach by myself every week and it was a lot to try to come up with fresh material. I don't think people realize how actually hard it is sometimes to come up with fresh material to teach. That you like. I'm very picky, so I'm like not just going to teach anything. But now I think we finally hit such a like a good spot where I have help teaching, I have help DJing, I have help with people like shooting content, and it's now like enjoyable. So I think the key to it was like getting help, like knowing that I couldn't do it all by myself. Like Isabel and I could not do it all by ourselves, and I think the key was like literally telling Mallory, like the owner, we need help. Like we need help stat.
Yeah.
And this is where we need help. And she was so good about getting us help. Like honestly, like she's the one that obviously pays everyone. Like it's her baby, it's her event space, like it's her business. So she's just been so good about like getting help where I've asked for it and supporting me. And I think that that's obviously one of the biggest reasons why it's successful and I still enjoy it. So I can still go there and dance and not feel the stress that I was feeling there for a little bit. So you just got to have a lot of the right people in the right places that all work together cohesively and get along and, know how to make business decisions. So I think when all those line up, you have, a successful business. So it seems to be going well so far.
Good. That's awesome. It can be really tough to
Yeah.
balance because when you first start going out line dancing, like you said earlier, it just takes your mind off everything from the work week. You just go there with your friends and have fun. But then when it turns into a business, you can kind of lose your joy for dancing and you're like, do I even like this anymore? Like,
Oh my God. Yeah, no, for a minute there, I was like, wait, where did this come from? Because this all kind of like happened out of nowhere, right? Like Isabel and I didn't really seek it out. It kind of just like fell into our laps. And then before you know it, you're like, holy crap, this is a job now. Like it's no longer me just dancing for fun. But like I said, I think that you kind of get back to that good balance whenever you find the things that are causing you stress and
yeah.
causing you to maybe not enjoy dancing anymore. And you nip those in the bud and you solve those
Yeah.
problems to where you can get back to the healthy balance of like, yes, this is a job now, kind of, but I do enjoy it again.
Well,
So
then the
it's
tough
all
part is you have all these people there who you are teaching. So now they are beginners and they, look at you like you know everything. And then they're coming to you and you can't even enjoy your night out because that's your job now. You have to teach them. It's not just, hey, I'm teaching for this 30 minutes or however long you teach. It's, hey, okay, now you're here. You came out here to see me and to teach. So yeah, it's an hour after I'm done teaching. So now let me help you, learn this dance. So you can't just have fun with it.
And that's another reason why me hiring or why we hired some instructors to help me out because now it's not just me. Like it's
Good.
there's multiple me's. I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of we have such a good group of girls that instruct at the Clyde now that, I think anyone's comfortable going up to any of them as well, being like, hey, what's the name of that dance? Or where did you learn that? Or, any questions like that. So it's not just me that it falls on now. There's like a solid group that is with me that, again, when you have help, I think it all comes down to having like the right team with you and like the right people with you. Because no one can do, as a business grows, like, as like you can't do it all by yourself. Like it's just too much. And before you know it, you're burnt out and it fails because of burnout in my eyes. So, just having the right team around you, it alleviates so much stress. Like it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. I couldn't even do this podcast with you if it weren't for Emily.
Your manager.
She sets all this up. Dude, it blows my mind how much like how technologically savvy she is. I mean, she tells me which microphone I should have bought, the camera, she sets it all up. I'll set the Zoom link for you. She's like, oh, I like MacBooks because then I go grab, then I can just airdrop it to you. Yeah.
I think she's the one that showed me airdropping videos, to be honest with you. Um, I could be wrong, but I swear that it was Emily that one of us had a video, like we took a video of one of us dancing,
Yeah.
and I might have been like, "Oh, will you send me that?" And she was like, "Let me airdrop it." I don't think I'd ever airdropped anything in my life. And Emily was like, "No, we're gonna airdrop it because it will come through clearer." And I was like, "Oh my God." And now obviously that's the only way I'll get videos from people is let me air like you need to airdrop it to me. Like don't text it to me. It's such like dancer things, isn't it? Like,
Well, it's not even that, social media is a business now. So when you're
yeah.
posting these videos, um, TikTok will literally not promote a video if it's not clear now.
Good quality. I know. Yeah. Like it was definitely a learning curve for me learning all the settings that even need to be right on TikTok for like your video image, like quality to upload at the highest quality. I'm like, this is just like it. TikTok, social media, is such a learning curve technologically. If you're gonna like try to make a business out of it, it's not just like, let me take this video, post it.
Well, the
Like
lighting, the
that's not
lighting
it.
at the Clyde is perfect. I've had some videos TikTok will tell me from honky tonk that it's too dark.
I can see that. The barn too all is kind of dark and has like those weird lights. Like a lot of videos I have from the barn, the lights will be on my face and I look kind of weird and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to post that. It
Yep.
looks kind of like a little like alienish, but I mean, I love the barn. Love the barn. Nothing against the barn. But I see what you mean. Like there's some places like obviously they're not thinking about like, let's make this so TikTok friendly. They're like
No, they're
they're
not.
not like people dancing and drinking. So I get it.
When I first started going viral 3 years ago, it was all from at Cadillac Ranch in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm just watching it and it's all happening to me. So in real time, I'm just watching these videos and I'm like, okay, what are people enjoying about these videos? So like I'm trying to watch my videos from an outsider's perspective. And I
Hmm.
started realizing I'm like, okay, I'm like the lights actually look like a movie scene because of the way they have their lights moving around in a disco scene and all that. And I was like, it is literally the best lit bar for social media.
Oh, see, I've never been there,
Yeah.
but it makes a difference. Like you're almost like, let's go to this place so I can get good videos. Because you're
No,
right. Honestly,
I,
like compare
oh,
my Saddlebags and Clyde videos, like Saddlebags is very dark, whereas the Clyde, yeah, it does actually have good lighting. We didn't plan that. That's just how it worked out, I guess. But yeah, it actually does make a difference now that you point that out. Like a
yeah,
lot of my Saddlebags videos are dark.
that, and it's also hard to describe to people and also hard at the same time to actually move the camera with the people because that'll actually, if you're watching a video and the camera is moving, it'll keep the viewer's mind engaged with the video.
Hmm.
So
I
like,
had to train Tucker on that, and now he's very good. I feel like Tucker takes the best videos now because I had to train him. I trained him well. With the flash and with following me or whoever he's recording. Like I think the videos, he takes most all my videos, and I do think that I think they look really good because
yeah.
of my training that I have done so well with him.
So I like that video that I always get of you and Emily do when y'all do pop like this, where I can follow y'all up with it. It's a great shot.
Yeah, it looks so good. Like, especially because like when you record and you know like what part of the dances are coming up, it does make a difference. Like it really does. So yeah, I mean, I don't even feel like I'm as good as Tucker now because I never record. Like I record at the Clyde, but like I'm throwing my phone at him way more than I am like taking videos myself. So it's a skill, like it's an art for sure, like being able to record good content. Like you've got to have somebody good because that can honestly like make it look like shit or make it look really good. So
Nothing pisses me off more than somebody just standing there and they're just like, and I'm just like, okay, I'm like, this video is not gonna do shit.
I know I can literally, if I hand my phone to someone that's not Tucker, um I can, if they stand there like this, I'm like, well, this is a wash.
Well, and then like especially with some of the dances, I feel like there's very few line dances that are actually good. And I was talking about this with Emily earlier. I'm like, I don't get what people love about Shivers videos. I don't, and what I think it is I mean, it's a cool song, but if you notice, every single time I post it, I always get within the first couple seconds is when the ooh and the feet, hit the boots hit the ground and you hear the stomp.
Mhm.
I think if you're sitting there scrolling TikTok and you're scrolling, and then within 2 seconds you're like, oh, and then you're like, what's going on here? Like it makes you jump to pay attention because there's not really many other line dances that have something that just like hook you. Like I feel like Pop Like This is one of them. You hear the if you're Pop sitting there scrolling, and you hear and you see the two girls unanimously going doo doo doo, like it's a cool shot
Yeah.
and cool
Yeah,
music.
I think you're right. There's so many tactics that people, like I said, people that aren't in social media or in any type of content creation, this conversation to them is kind of just like so vapid, but there is just like there's so many things that go into like even like the thought process, like you thinking that like, oh, this is where I need to start this video is, and this is why. Like there's just so much like thought and like intent, like purpose, that what word am I trying to say? Like doing things
Purposefulness.
intentionally. That's what I'm trying to say. Like there's just, you're not just randomly like doing things, being like, oh, this is where I'll start the video. Who cares? Like post it. And yeah, there's just so much like intent that goes behind one single video. And
Well, and you also have to know the algorithm. And so, like for example, when TikTok first came out, they wanted short form content. So if I
yeah,
post a dancing video, no more than 15 seconds, but usually about 7 to 12 seconds is all you
mhm,
want to show. And they were rewarding that. Well, now since TikTok is rewarding longer form content, even with line dancing videos, you have to post a 20 to 30-second clip. Otherwise, they won't send it out anywhere because they're moving
yep.
around from it.
It's crazy. I feel like more of my like 45-second plus videos are now the ones that like
Yep.
get more traction. Whereas, yeah, if I look back at a lot of my older videos, it would be just the dance one time through, which would be like 15 seconds. And it's so hard to keep up with like the ever evolving algorithm of Instagram and TikTok. And I mean, it's so annoying, like it is, but like, necessary evils. And
Yes. Yep.
it is what it is,
And
if
they
you want
change them all the time. And like, so Instagram and Facebook right now pay you for bonus views. So if somebody watches a video a second time, they'll start paying you for that. So you want to make it shorter. So I do 12 seconds on Instagram so it'll get replayed more so I can make more money. And like that's why it cracks me up when people like before they meet me, they'll be like, "Oh, you're probably so arrogant or whatever because you have some followers on social media." I'm like, it's a game. Like it's
yeah.
not I'm a good dancer. It's just I know how to play the social media game or I've learned and I'm trying to evolve all the time to learn how to play that game.
Yeah, I think you're very smart with it. I always ask your opinion on things, and I always love to hear your insight on social media and like the things that you're doing that not many other people are doing, especially in like this niche of, I don't even feel like you're a line dancing niche anymore. I feel like you're a lifestyle. And I think you evolved into that almost on
Thank you
purpose
for
because,
noticing. Thank you for noticing. So I want to
yeah.
ask you, what have you learned, and then I'll touch on the lifestyle thing in a second. Like what did you take from our conversations?
Oh, I mean, you're always just like, I feel like it's just always even unplanned. Like you just will start riddling off stuff. Like in Charlotte, you were telling me about the Facebook thing about Facebook paying you for reels, and you're like, you need to connect your
Nobody
info.
knows. Nobody
Yeah,
talks
and I
about
did
it.
it. I did it. Like now my Facebook isn't like a regular Facebook. It's a business one. So like it now is, I mean, set up where it could make money, whereas before it wasn't. So
But you
I think
never
that's
know when you're
cool.
going to get that one video to pop off. And if you're going to be posting content on the internet as it is, whether it be for yourself or for Southern Stomps, at least give it a shot. Like you never know
Yeah.
when one takes off. And as soon as you get one that takes off, then everybody's interested in you. And if anything, at least you're driving business to yourself for, realtor business or for people to line us with you at Southern Stomps or new friends.
Yeah, no, it's very true. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest things I took because that was one of the main things I actually implemented was the Facebook thing, like changing
I
it.
noticed that like a few weeks ago. I was proud of you.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
changing it
proud of you.
from, and I think it's been like that since we, like, shortly after we got back from Charlotte, which was like February. So it wasn't too long after that that I did it. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I don't get like a ton of views on Facebook, but like, who knows? It's just like
All it
TikTok,
takes is one.
huh?
All it takes is one.
Oh yeah, all it takes is one. That's what I was gonna say. Like these girls on TikTok that will sell stuff like TikTok shop. I see so many girls on my For You page that are like, they have like the green screen on of how much money they've made from one video, and they're like, I have no clue what happened. Like I posted
Yeah.
this perfume, and like here we are. I've made $25,000 in 3 weeks, and it's like one video, one video. That's all it takes.
I'm a
So
little leery of that. I feel like some of that's just false advertising. I've heard it has happened, but I'm a little leery of that.
I am too. Like I just don't know. I take everything with a grain of salt. I kind of question everything. Like I feel like everyone's always lying. Like to an extent, but I'm like it makes sense, but it doesn't. So I mean I kind of agree with you. I don't know what to think on that. I mean,
I've
there's
talked
just
to
so many.
people, I've talked to people who have a similar following as me or, somewhere near, and like I know how much money they're making. So I'm like, then you get to see like random people on TikTok who have like 20,000 followers and they're like, I just made $30,000 off of selling this vacuum. And I'm just like, like maybe it did happen to one person, but like it doesn't happen that often. And I cannot stand at first when TikTok Shop came out, Emily and I were like all about it, and, like trying to do it because you don't
Yeah.
want to turn away business opportunities, but it's mainly all Chinese companies and they are nightmarish to work with.
Oh my
Nightmare.
God. I get like messages daily, and honestly like I don't really have interest in working with a company or a product that I've literally never heard of. Like to me, that just seems sketchy. And, like if a boot brand reached out to me or something, I'd be like, yeah, let's go. I'll work with you or something like that. But it's always these random Chinese companies. And I'm like, I actually don't even know what it is you're selling. And it's usually something so random. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to post this on my TikTok that is absolutely unrelated to anything I do on TikTok? Like it makes no sense. So
Yep.
it's never worked out for me. I think I have like my TikTok shop for creators up, and I have like a few things in there that are like line dancing, like outfits maybe or something like that. But I mean, other than that, yeah, the effort I've put into the TikTok shop is zero because
Yeah.
everything seems very like, yes, like not scammy, but everything's Chinese and like it just seems, I don't know, it seems a little weird.
Now
Yeah.
you're in the creator program with TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, so to your point about the lifestyle thing is, TikTok rolled out the creator program last summer. And so like you and I, we have a following because people enjoy watching us dance.
Mm-hmm.
And now it has to be 1 minute original content. So what do you do with that as a dancer? Because you can't post over a minute worth of dancing because you get copyrighted for the
The
music.
music. Yep.
So now all of a sudden you have to talk. So it's tough to all of a sudden go from being like, okay, well, people are now interested in watching me dance or who I'm dancing with, to now, okay, now I have to talk about something to be and then be interesting and have people want to watch it. And then I'm like, is anything about line dancing really that interesting? Like, I mean, like I love
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know, and then it annoys me because you see like when fire burning or fuego gets hot on social media, like all the line dancers are doing it. I'm like, once I've seen two people do it, I'm just like, I don't need to watch any more videos of anybody doing it.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel the same. And like, Yeah, to the regular human that's just scrolling TikTok, like they don't give a shit about line dancing. Like I feel like a lot of the people that follow you do it to like I don't know. I don't feel like it's because of your line dancing. It's because of some like the entertainment value that's behind it. And that's why I'm like, I don't actually understand why I have a following because like I only ever post line dancing. Like I don't love talking on camera. Like, do I think that I could probably
I
grow a
think
bit
you
more?
could. I think you could, and I think you should.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely like something you have to get comfortable doing because I'm sure you've had these thoughts, but like what runs through my head is like, who cares? Like, who cares what I'm doing? Like, who cares like what my day is like? But Tucker will also, he's like you, he's like, no, do that. Like I did a travel with me, like the weekend we all spent in Charlotte together. I did like I recorded for that whole weekend. I did like a travel with me to Charlotte thing, and it was Tucker's idea. He was like, yeah, show people something different. Like bring them along with you on like traveling for the weekend to go line dancing. Like just do something like that. So I know that I would probably grow if I did that. It's just, yeah, it's the getting comfortable with it and the like having to just not care. Like you don't care, you and Emily don't care. I would have to get past that. I mean, I used to actually talk on camera a good bit, like, because I've always done some form of social media. So I used to kind of talk on camera, but like I got like away from that. And now it's just like, I don't
But you
know.
should, I think you should do something where you're like doing a makeup, you're getting ready for to go teach at the Clyde and just talk about something to do with the Clyde or what's going on with you. And just do it regularly because I don't think you can gain a following such as you have for line dancing. There are people who do care, but do I think the general public, like if you're trying to be a
Yeah.
mainstream type social media person, it has to be much more than just line dancing. You have to get people to get to know you, and you're incredibly likable. So if you let people get to know you, then they will care about your line dancing because they're vested in who you are.
That makes so much sense. See, you have so much wisdom. You have so much wisdom with social media, don't you?
But on that side too, like in all seriousness, you're very successful, you're in great shape, you eat well. Like there's a lot that you could easily inspire people to do what you're doing and to lead. I mean, you're leading a very happy and successful life, and we all have our ups and downs.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I love being around you is one, you're always in a good mood, you're happy, you love life, you look forward to it. You're very positive and optimistic. You eat healthy, you take care of yourself, you're excited, you challenge yourself to learn new dances. And I think that if you start showcasing that to people, then I think that a lot of people would be very interested in what you're doing because I think a lot of people want to be like you.
That's the sweetest thing you've ever said. That's so sweet. Oh gosh. Oh Lord. A lot of people don't view themselves like that, so that's really sweet of you to say. I mean, I get it. You think about the people that like we each follow ourselves on TikTok, like I'm so much older than Alex Earl, but like I'm obsessed with her. And it's just
Yeah,
like she literally has gone on TikTok and talked about like acne, like how bad her acne is. And I'm like, oh my God, I could never do something like that. But now I'm just like so invested in her because I'm like, shoot, like I know like so much about her life. Like, let's see what's going on with her. So what you're saying is, I mean, it's so true. Like it really is so true. Like you have to like get people invested in like you and your life, and that's like what makes them care enough to
yeah,
care about what anything else you're doing in your life, like line
yeah.
dancing or any other thing like that. So it's really true. I think you've mastered it. Like I think you've learned the system. I think you've learned like the entertainment, like you have the entertainment vet factor for sure, like with all the crazy stuff you say on Instagram, brother. So I think you've got it down, like people are genuinely curious
Yeah.
about the things that you claimed, the things you do in your life. And so I do think you've got it figured out. Like you've done very well. So
Thank
and
you.
I do think it comes with like the lifestyle part for sure.
Yeah. But like you and Tucker are like family to us, and you are like a sister to me. So, I feel like when I say that on social media, it gives people who are watching a reason to care about you, and it shows that you are somebody who's important in my life.
Oh, well, see, I've never looked at it like that. I've never
That's
looked
what
at
I
it.
look at it. That's why I do it, because I'm telling people this is somebody who's important to me in my life.
Well, that is actually a super super nice way of looking at it, to be honest. I always was like, oh, this is a good entertainment piece. Just another like Donnyism to throw on his social media. Like, yeah, I'll go along with it. Why not? But that is super sweet. Like that is actually super sweet. I do appreciate you saying that. Tucker and I obviously like we feel the same way. Like y'all are some of our greatest friends, and that's the thing. Like you just meet such good people through line dancing. Like the
Absolutely.
friends that I have, like Isabel, will be one of my closest friends for the rest of my life. And I literally met her line dancing. Like it's, Tucker, like, I love him to death. Like, and I couldn't imagine how my life before him, I'm just like, how has he not been in my life forever? Met him line dancing. So it's just, it's really awesome to see, like, kind of off topic, but like, it's just so awesome to see, like, you and Emily, like, y'all met line dancing. Like, it's just crazy to see, like, the relationships that form out of, like, a hobby that I think a lot of people judge and think that is stupid. So it actually is really awesome to see that. So yeah, like Tucker and I, we love y'all, and every time we get to see y'all, yeah, we have so much fun.
The last question I want to talk about, because since you're only a year older than me, something that I've been struggling with lately is feeling too old to be in a bar, even though I love dancing, because the majority of people at the bar, whether I go to Honky Tonk or Saddlebags, wherever, are all people who are in college or early 20s trying to find somebody. Or there's the older crowd who their kids are already gone, and maybe they're in their late 40s, the kids just turned 18 or in college, or they're in their 60s and just trying to get out and stay active. There's not many 30-year-olds in bars. And one, it's
Yeah.
hard to relate to people. And then two, I guess maybe because it is hard to relate to them, that it just makes you feel out of place. So, do you ever feel that way? And what are your thoughts on that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that I am, I mean, I feel like I'm one of the oldest people every time I go line dancing anywhere. Like all of my friends that I know through line dancing are all younger than me. I mean, Tucker's even a few years younger than me. So it is, it really is like sometimes like hard to, like a hard pill to swallow because you're like, God, everyone is literally so young. And what business do I have as a 34-year-old being in this bar dancing? Like I'm
Yeah,
34 and
and I'm
dancing in
wondering
a
if these like
bar.
24-year-olds are looking at me like, what the hell's this 30-year-old doing in
Right,
the
right.
bar?
Like, oh my
Go
God,
start a family, bro.
literally, no, she's literally in here with her crop top and short shorts, and her boyfriend's recording her dancing in a bar on a Thursday night, and she's 34. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I felt that one. I feel that. Okay. But at the same time, like, who gives a shit, honestly? Like, there are people older than us that line dance, like all over, like literally everywhere, especially out west. I feel like there's a wide range of like age range of people that dance out there. But to me, like you kind of after a while just don't care. Like I think that, I've gained a lot of respect in the line dancing community. And to be honest, if I was younger, I probably wouldn't have handled it, as maturely, maybe like, the following I have and like some people that like look up to me and respect me and like, come to me for advice, things like that. I think if this had happened to me and I was younger, I would not be a good representation of myself, if that makes sense. Like, with age comes wisdom, with age comes experience, knowledge. You live more, I've lived more life than, these 23-year-olds. Like I've lived a lot of life. And I think with that, whether you're dancing in a bar, line dancing or not, like I think that it kind of is almost a pro and not a con because you've, like I said, you handle things so differently. And I think that that can come with age. So it used to bother me, but now like I kind of don't even think about it anymore. You just kind of roll with it. Like I don't know that I'll ever want to quit dancing. So shit, I might be 50 in the bar dancing. So and Tucker's the same way. Like he's 32. Um, I think he's 32. He's about to be 32.
Oh,
You should know how old he is. He's about to be 32 in October. Please
Yeah.
let that be right. Please let that be right. But even him, so like, 32 and 34, like neither of us like we're not going to slow down line dancing anytime soon. I'm sure like in the future, like we get married, have babies, we will be trying to figure out how to like go line dance on a Thursday or Friday night, even if we have kids. Like it's not like I think some people just look at it in the wrong light sometimes. Like you're not out at the bar. Like I don't look at it as going out to the bar. Like we're going to dance.
Yeah.
And I think it's two different things. So yeah.
It can be. And that was the part for me at least. You tell me your experience when I first started going, it was the bar because you get caught up in all the people there. And then if just you gotta learn who to hang with and who not to hang with, you start to learn personality
Yeah.
because you know, I know you're like me, you're a caring person. So when people start complaining about their life, you're like, oh, well, when I was, younger or, when that situation happened to me, I did this and it really helped me get through it. And then you tell the people and you realize 6 months later, they're never going to change.
Oh yeah. No, I mean the drama. Again, it's the drama. A lot of drama is within any line dancer if you ask any line dancer like, oh, is there drama where you dance? They're all gonna say yes. But I think you're right. When I first started line dancing, like you almost drink. I drank more when I first started than I do now, like out dancing. I'll say that. And I think a lot of it was like it's a new thing. Like you want to feel more comfortable, like liquid courage, like you have a few drinks and you kind of don't care if you look stupid out there, or you mess it up, or you run into someone. Like that, I think was a lot of the reason of drinking when like you first start dancing. And yeah, and it's like it's a new scene, it's new friends, like it's very social. And I think the longer that you do it, it kind of evolves into like a more serious hobby to where you're like, actually, I don't want to drink because then I can't do 3 spins. Like it then becomes like a different thought process of let me like I look at this in a different light now. Like I actually enjoy doing this. I want to look good doing it. And, if I drink a lot, I might look like an idiot, especially because we get like, you and I, we post videos and sometimes like you might not want to look like a drunk mess
Those
out there
videos seem to
dancing.
do well.
What?
Those videos seem to do well.
Oh, Lord God, the ones you posted me in saddlebags from, I think it was December. I'm like, oh my God. And the ones you posted of me recently where I've like have the camera like this. I've never, oh my God, I was like, Morgan, why? Who films like this? Like who does that? Never again.
Dude,
Lesson.
you had the
I'm
camera here to where your nose, like everybody was commenting. I can see boogers.
saying I did cocaine and stuff. Yeah, no, I literally, that was actually no lie. That was one of the first times like the internet haters like actually kind of got to me a little bit. And I was like, because I've never really cared. Like they'll always say, like, oh, you're too skinny, you're stiff, like same like Emily. Emily is
Dude,
a girl, she gets away worse than me
you are
too.
literally in the perfect shape. Like you eat
But
unbelievably
I'm saying
healthy,
like
work out. Like most people don't look like you. Like there's nothing to. So I hate hearing, oh, you're too. You're such a hater. Like you're just hateful.
Uh, I know, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I usually like I've never really none of the comments have ever really gotten to me to be honest, but that one on that freaking video, I was like, this one actually is like people saying I did cocaine, and that bothers me. So like go
Okay,
rot,
but you
like
definitely don't do
whoever those
cocaine.
people were, like whoever those people were saying those comments, like
Ah,
bye.
I don't
Like that's just yeah, but no, it's lesson learned. I will never be recording myself like this again, ever. So
know. I
yeah.
think it was. I think it was hilarious.
I'm glad. I'm glad you think so.
Alrighty, well, I think Emily and I are gonna go for a bike ride, so I think we'll end it here and we'll pick this up next
Awesome.
time. And oh, last thing I was gonna say a minute ago, I do want to challenge you and Tucker to do some things outside of line dancing, whether it be ballroom or maybe y'all go to Edisto Island with us and we can go to the Shag Festival there and go see some live music in the fall. I think we need to see what weekend that is. Usually it's
Okay.
right about now or September they do that. So maybe, or maybe y'all come to Charleston and we'll go because they do a thing out on Folly Beach out on the pier. They do live music and they do a shagging there. But it's live music, there's drinks, and people are just out there dancing. You can go swing dance even if you don't want to shag. You
I
can.
think that would be so fun. Yeah, we'll have to like figure that out because anything, any kind of dance, like God, I love like hip hop, anything like that. It's not just line dancing. I think it's all just phenomenal and would love to be a part of any of it. So yeah, text us and we'll see what we can get figured out.
Absolutely. But we'll come down to the Clyde here soon and hopefully see you guys here in the next few weeks, which you guys are coming to the wedding, right?
Yes, we will be there.
I'm sure we'll see you before then.
Oh yeah, no, that's literally it's so far away, but it's actually it's kind of not.
It's
It's coming
not.
up. It's actually
It's
coming up.
not.
Yeah, it's actually, especially for y'all too, and like I'm sure the things y'all have left to do. Yeah, it probably doesn't feel like it's a lot of time, but yeah, I would imagine we would see y'all before that, like for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
a smart man. I delegate. I let Emily handle all that.
That is what any man should do. The like she should be handling and picking out everything. In my eyes, like you don't even care probably.
No, I don't. I told her, I said, the only thing I care about is that you show up. That's all. That's the only thing I care
Right.
about.
Like maybe what you're wearing, honestly, she'll probably pick that out too. Whatever
Oh
tux
no,
you're wearing.
I already got that made. You want to see it?
Okay. There you
Do
go.
you,
Yeah, I think
you want to see it?
your tux.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter like what the guys wear. You're not,
Oh,
it's
she's
like the
already
girl,
seen it.
it's like the girl you're not supposed to see like the bride's dress or anything like that. But I guess it doesn't matter with the guy. No one cares about you. Is it navy blue or is it gray?
Navy blue.
Oh, see, navy blue looks so sharp.
And
Oh,
then, and
good.
then on the inside, let me see if you can see this. But it says DES and then the date and then Emily's initials on there.
See, that's so cute. I love that. And that's a really good color. Like I like that it's not black. That's a navy blue is such a like a
Well,
sh
it's royal, but it's like a skyish blue, and then
yeah,
the
well, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look sharp. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. So we're saying I'm pretty sure, which I may or may not need Tucker to be in the wedding. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if we'll need a fourth person or not yet. Um, but I think you and Tucker are the only two people who are coming that aren't in the wedding.
Really?
We don't have any friends coming to the wedding. I mean, the people in the wedding and they're plus ones. But well, I guess Savannah and her boyfriend. I think yeah, I'll be yeah, only four.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that. I feel so
we,
special. I feel very special.
hey, we've been friends for almost 2 years now. So 2 years.
Now everybody else is gonna get mad and be like, "Oh, cool, they got invited to the wedding. We didn't. Great.
Dude,
Can't make everybody happy though."
it's just between the families. There's just so many people. I know, and then you got to worry about what the
Yeah. I've been there. I know how expensive it is. It's literally like before you know it, you look at how much money you've spent and you're like, oh my God. It's pretty overwhelming. And it's the more people, the more money. So I totally get it.
my best friend he called me and because he got engaged 3 4 months after me and so he's just now starting to plan his wedding and he called me and he was furious. He's just like, getting married is the dumbest fucking thing you could ever do. He goes, you're gonna spend so much goddamn money. He's
Oh my
like,
God. No, yeah.
and I was like, well, how much is this and that? He's like, he goes, you gotta spend freaking 50 grand just to get married. And I'm like, trust me, I know.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I
You
looked at
spend,
Emily, the first three venues we looked at, it was going to cost us 50 grand to get married. I looked at Emily and I said, I'm not paying 50 grand to get married. We found the golf course we're doing at. They don't charge you a fee during the off season there. And it's a beautiful place. It's one of my favorite golf courses. So there was no, you just got to pay for the tables and and the chairs obviously got to pay for the DJ, and Emily did the florals herself. But I mean, it's gonna be a lot less expensive. It's still expensive. It's still crazy how much, but thankfully her parents and my parents are helping out. But it's still insane, like
That is
for a
insane.
4 hour party.
But yeah, that works out because you love golf, and I know Emily plays golf with you as well. So doing it at a golf course, that's pretty fitting.
Are y'all, do you think, because we're still planning on what to do y'all think y'all would come in day in, a couple days early? Like, how long do you think y'all are gonna stay?
The wedding's on a Saturday, correct?
Correct, yeah.
With Tucker's job, we would probably come in Friday. I mean, I guess we'd have to see because it is a little bit from now, and he could probably try to like take off that Friday.
Also New Year's, because it's ours. Well, I can't say the wedding date on here.
I
It's
know
New,
that's why I keep like
dude, the
keep
people
saying the
online
month.
are insane.
I know that's why I'm not even trying to say the month. So
Well, you can say the month. We have fake dates online, so it's not a big deal. But
I still don't want to say it.
um,
Fine. But I'm saying, yeah, see, it is a little bit away, like it's in the future a little bit. So he might could like take a day off. And then we would come down maybe Thursday to Sunday. That would probably be the most we would do would be a Thursday to Sunday. I also have my dog, so I don't know if my sister would come to town. Yeah, we'd have some logistics to figure out. I mean, at the least, obviously, like come in Friday night and then leave out Sunday at the least.
cool. Yeah, so I'm
So,
trying to figure out because I know some of her friends and my friends were gonna play golf. We're gonna do our bachelorette trip in Charleston, like a spot we're gonna rent out an Airbnb or something, I guess, and I don't know, go play golf and stuff all week. But that was another part is like we were looking at going to Disney or Orlando for the bachelorette trip, but then when you're sitting there trying to coordinate with all your friends and their plus ones and hey, how much can you spend? And like, and then I'm sitting there like, okay, so I'm gonna turn around and ask all of Emily's friends who are all in their mid-20s to come and stay 3 or 4 nights in Orlando and pay for, a hotel or Airbnb plus, and then they turn around and come to Charleston a month later,
yeah,
2 months later, and then spend another like two. I'm like, I just feel like that is totally unreasonable to ask all my friends to spend thousands of dollars just to come hang with us.
it is. No, that is a lot. Especially like I think about me in my like mid 20s or like I was just getting started in real estate and like things were tight. So I totally get that. When you have such a big like age range of people, it is hard to like try to fit like everything around everybody. So honestly, y'all doing it together in Charleston, what, like the week of or the week before?
Week of, yeah, they're gonna come up like a couple of days early, and girls are gonna do
That's kind of
something.
perfect. I'm starting to like, I think Isabel just went to a wedding where they did that and it was out in Wyoming, I want to say, and they did like the bachelorette stuff like that week right before it was like the weekdays leading up to the weekend. And I was like, honestly, it was so genius because they had to fly out there and then it was an expensive trip, I'm sure. So it's like instead of having everyone fly and spend so much money on two things, like let's wrap it all into one and knock two birds out with one stone. And I feel like that's becoming more popular. I actually really like that idea of doing it the week of and like having it be kind of like a joint thing with you and Emily. I really like that idea.
Well, we like
Very
everything
smart.
together because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna throw her a bridal shower or whatever," and she's like, "I don't want to hang out all day without Donnie, like all Saturday. Let's just do a joint
Uh,
thing."
oh, I can relate to that. Like yeah, I could totally see that. If Tucker and I get married, I like to say if and not when.
Oh my God, you act like that
Like
boy is not in love with you. The things
no,
that
like
he-
we kind of know. Like when you know, like at our age, you know. It's just I think again, like I should probably quit care what people think, but like if they hear we just started dating this year and they're talking about married, they're getting married, they're like, they're crazy.
Hey, Emily
But
moved here after 3 months.
yeah, so y'all get it. Like when you know, you know. Yeah, we talk about marriage a lot, and we literally have even talked about like bachelorette trips, and we did discuss like, oh, we don't want to like be away from each other that long, so why don't we just like do a joint one? And I was like, honestly, love it, love the idea. So it's funny that you said that. Emily was like, I don't want to like not hang out with Donnie like the whole time because it's literally like how we feel. And I think it's such a genius idea to do them
Do
together.
everything with Tucker, and Emily and I do everything together. Like that's the whole point of why you're together is because
Yeah.
being around him puts a smile on your face. So
Yeah.
it's where you're comfortable. It's what makes you happy. So why would you willingly?
Right. Like if that's what you want to do it. If somebody else doesn't want to do it that way, like don't. Like it's like my first like when I was previously married, my bachelorette trip, like we went to Puerto Rico and like my ex, they went somewhere else, like at different times. Like that's what worked then. Now I would do it differently. So like I will have hopefully done both. And I think it just is like whatever, everybody's different. Everyone's relationships are different. So it's like if that's what you want to do, like who cares? Like, you know, to each
Yeah,
their own.
you can say everybody's different, but to me, I just like I feel like you look at people and it just doesn't seem like it's a happy, healthy relationship. Like obviously I've spent an entire weekend around you and Tucker, and you guys I think are great for each other. I could not imagine y'all not being together. Uh,
Yeah,
so I
me
think it's
either.
great. You guys want marriage. I hope y'all get married. I hope, and I'm sure you guys will live happily ever after together and enjoy life. You guys are just so much fun to be around, but not everybody is like that.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I don't know who else will listen to this podcast, but I don't really give a shit. Um, it's really tough to find couples where we like the guy and the girl in the relationship. And
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
there's only a few. And it's not even like one person is like a bad like person to be around. They could just be like boring, Like I could sit there and talk to you, or I could sit there and talk to Tucker. Like, you when you girls were getting ready, Tucker and I would just sit in the kitchen. We talked about business and stuff for like an hour while you guys were getting ready.
Yeah, I feel that. It's sometimes hard like as a couple to find like like other couples where it's like you equally like both of them and one's not like oh great, I want to hang out with him, but like she's gonna be there kind of thing. Like
Well,
it
they
is
talk shit about their partner.
yeah.
That I cannot stand. I cannot stand being out with somebody. Like if I'm hanging out with a dude and they're like, my girlfriend or my wife, and she did. Blah, 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 blah." I'm like, then why are you with her?
Right. Like it's kind of bad because that's supposed to be the one person. Like that's like your teammate in life. Like that is like if you're married or if you're like engaged or like, you know, I would still consider Tucker my like partner in life, even though we're not engaged yet. But it's like that's the person that like you are supposed to be looking out for them like over everything. Like it's like them above everything. And you should never be like talking bad. Like you should never be representing them in such a bad way, especially if you're not with them. Like that's when it matters the most when you're not with your partner. That's when you should be representing y'all's relationship in like the absolute most positive light to where like it just makes you come off that much more stronger as a couple and so much more like unified and like unbreakable. Because I think that's when getting off topic, but I think that's when like people try to like mess stuff up. Like if they see a crack, like there's some bad people out there and there's like there's some nasty people out there and if they see like one tiny crack, they're like, there's my chance. Like let me try to like sneak in. So like yeah, people, if you're out talking bad about your partner and like the wrong person hears that, like it could be like if the guy's out talking bad about his like girlfriend, a guy could hear it and be like, let me message her. Like this is my end. Like it just opens the doors for just bad things, I think. Like
Well, why do you even want to be your friend? If you can't talk nice about your partner, what are you gonna say about me behind my
right. Yeah,
back?
like that's also true. Like if you're talking that bad about the person you're supposed to be literally a teammate with in life,
Yeah.
God knows what they say about their friends. Like, yikes. Yikes.
Yeah.
Ugh. We don't do that, so
No, no. I
talk
mean,
bad about y'all.
all Tucker does is sit around and be like, I love her. She's amazing. I'm gonna marry her. I'm like, hey, dude, I love to hear that. I absolutely love to hear that.
I know. I love him to death. He's probably the greatest thing that's happened to me out of line dancing. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's a wonderful person.
I think it's cool because when I'm around you guys and like our friends Lauren Hall and Brandon, like you can tell that the partner brings the best out of
Oh my
this.
gosh, yeah. Oh
So
my God.
like I feel like sometimes you can be a little bit self-conscious and Tucker's not self-conscious at all.
At
And I
all.
feel like he really pushes you to step outside of your comfort zone. So I
I
think it's
agree.
cool because you have so much potential, like I said earlier, and I mean obviously you've accomplished a lot, but there's more you can do. And sometimes I think you can get in your own head, but being
Oh yeah.
around him, he's pulling you out. He's like, oh no, 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 get your butt out there and you go do, you can do that. And if your partner's not doing that, I don't really think it's the right person.
Yeah, you just described us like to a T, like that 100% what he does. Like he'll tell me all the things like he'll be like, Morgan, like you're the best looking one on the dance floor. Like you people look up to you. Like he makes me like he 100% speaks such positivity into my life. And he's such a positive person in general. Like
Yeah.
he looks at everything, like the things that that I've seen happen in his life and the way he's reacted to them. It makes me want to be like that because I think I can be a negative person sometimes. And it's something I've like worked on my whole life, but I think I can be kind of negative, mostly like towards myself. Yeah. Like mostly like negative self-talk or just being down on myself, like you said, getting in my head a lot. And he does, like he literally is exactly what I need, in the sense that he pulls me out of those places and like reminds me of like being grateful, being positive, and knowing that everything happens for a reason and that there's a larger plan. And you know you could literally take the things that have happened in our lives that have led us to each other. Like we've had bad things happen, and if they wouldn't have happened when they happened, I don't know that we would have crossed paths at the most perfect time. Like, you know, it's called fate. But yeah, he 100%, like he pulls me out of my head a lot. And he's just such a phenomenal person. Like he knows like the things to do and say to get me like back on solid ground, really. So yeah, he's an amazing person.
That's the shitty but great part about getting older is like you said, there's a plan and you go through bad stuff. And when we're at the bars, you're talking to these people, and I'm like, listen, you don't know why you're going through that at the age of 24, but then you'll understand when you turn 30. Like something will happen
Oh,
at 30 and
yeah,
you're like, thank God I went through that at 24 because it prepared me for this moment right now. But when
oh,
you're in it, and then the older you get, you realize when bad things do start happening, you don't go through them as long because you're just sitting there realizing, okay, like, what do I need to learn from this? Or, this sucks, but I'm going to learn something from this at some point. So you just get a much better perspective on life.
100%. I tell that to my sister all the time. I'm 10 years older than her. So, I'm literally watching her life play out. And it was literally me 10 years ago. Sorry, my dog's trying to jump up.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, to your point, you never know why things are happening when you're in them, but eventually it does come full circle and you see it. It takes time. It takes time. You do you have to live the life. His tongue. My little
Does the
bud.
tongue ever go in the mouth?
No, whenever I rescued him, he had a broken jaw. So
Oh.
he actually like doesn't have like this whole side of his bottom jaw. So there's nothing to hold.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. There's
I was about to
nothing
get
to
a
hold his
really
tongue
long
in.
tongue. It's a cute ass dog.
Yeah, no, he's my little angel. He really is. He's so chill. All this madness is happening with me moving. He's so chill. Like he really is like him and Tucker are like my rocks. For
Amazing.
real. He's an
All right,
angel.
we'll end it there.
Sounds good. Well, I hope
Thank
to
you
see
for
y'all
coming
soon.
on. Absolutely.
All righty. Talk to you later.
Bye.